How to make a 3-strand necklace with ribtex. The tools you'll need include long nose and round nose jewellery pliers. Necklace 1 will be using a tiger tail base. You'll need some pearl beads, mini pendants, crimp beads, jump rings and tiger tail. Start by measuring and cutting a length of tiger tail approximately 45 to 50 centimetres long. At one end of the tiger tail, thread on a crimp bead. Then also thread on a jump ring and loop the end of the tiger tail over the jump ring and back through the crimp bead. Pull the thread tight and make sure your crimp bead is as close to the jump ring as possible. Squish the crimp bead flat using the long nose pliers and trim any excess tiger tail. Next, thread on your pearl beads until you are almost halfway through the length of your tiger tail. Then add the pendant charms with a couple of pearls in between each charm. Continue filling the rest of the tiger tail with pearl beads. You can use a ruler to make sure that you have an equal number of beads on each side. Ensure you have no less than 5 centimetres at the end of the thread. Now, at the end of the tail thread, add on a crimp bead and then a jump ring. Place the end of the tiger tail back through the crimp bead and over the jump ring. Pull tight and make sure your crimp bead is close to both the pearls and the jump ring and that the excess tiger tail is pulled through the crimp bead. Use long nose pliers to squash the crimp bead closed and trim any excess tiger tail. Necklace 2 will be using chain. You'll need an eye pin, chain and some flower beads. Using a pair of scissors or the cutter in the middle of the long nose plier, cut 2 lengths of chain approximately 22.5 centimetres long. Create a middle statement piece starting with an eye pin. Thread 5 or 6 beads onto the eye pin and make sure there is at least 1 centimetre of length left on the pin after your last bead. Using round nose pliers, create a loop at the end of the eye pin. Create this loop by bending the wire at a 45-degree angle away from you, just above the bead. Then curl the wire toward you into a loop from the top of the pin down. At the end of each loop of the eye pin, thread on each of your cut chains. Make sure the chain is secure and the loops are fully closed using your pliers. At the opposite end of the chains, thread the chain to the existing jump ring of your first necklace. Open your jump rings using the pliers and pulling open in a sideways movement rather than pulling apart to avoid breaking the jump ring. Close the jump ring by pushing it flat together. Necklace 3 will be using cord. You'll need the following items: some larger sized pearl beads, a lobster clasp, collot crimpers, a head pin, cord and heart beads. Create a pendant using a head pin by adding the heart bead onto the head pin and cut 1 centimetre above the bead. Using round nose pliers, create a loop at the top of the head pin. Just above the bead, bend the wire 45 degrees away from you and then loop towards you from the top of the pin. Cut a piece of cord 50 centimetres long. Thread onto the middle of the cord the pendant you've just made and 2 large pearls either side. Knot the cord so the pendants and beads stay in the middle of the cord. At each end of the cord, either use collot crimpers or knot the ends to the jump ring on the existing necklace. If using a collot crimper, thread the cord into the middle of the collot through the hole. Once through the hole, tie the thread into a knot to secure. And trim the excess. The knot should sit inside the round body of the collot. Close the crimper using long nose pliers. Now repeat for the other end of the necklace. Loop the ends of the collot to the jump ring of the existing necklace, or open the jump ring to slide on the loops of the collot crimper if they are already closed. Now repeat for the other end of the necklace. To finish your necklace, add a jump ring to one end of the necklace. On the other end, add a second jump ring, but also thread on the lobster clasp prior to connecting to the end of the necklace. Close the jump ring using your pliers and make sure it is secure. Connect the necklaces together by opening the clasp and attaching to the jump ring on the other side. Your 3-strand necklace is now complete and ready to wear.